All right, so let's get started. I'm using Schwarzkopf Blonde Me and I'm mixing it with 40 volume. I like to use this product a lot when I balayage because it gives me a great lift, especially with dark pigment hair. And I love the consistency of the product and it will give you 9 levels of lift. So when you're taking clients from dark hair to light, it is a great product to do that. So as you can see, I am painting a V-like section. This is a wide section that's in a diagonal angle, and you pretty much focus your highlight on the ends and leaving the middle dark. That's what's creating the V. And you want to saturate the bottom of the hair that will create the ombre effect. How you achieve a sombre is by having more of a highlight pattern in the roots, fading into all the ends being saturated. That is going to create a blended highlight look into the ends being solid, which is a soft ombre. Now, once you're done with your first section, you're going to cover it with saran wrap. This is going to prevent your lightener from drying out and it will give you a stronger lift. When I balayage, I like to keep my sections in a diagonal pattern. This will give you a softer blend versus working in a horizontal pattern. Now I'm taking thinner sections as I get higher up to the top of her head. This is going to allow a more consistent highlight and an easier blend. When you're painting on a wider section, you can easily fall into the problem of adding too much highlights or creating some harshness when it's blending. Taking narrow sections allow you to have more control and precision on how you paint your highlight. And as you notice, I'm still painting a V pattern on a more narrow section. You can do this pattern on both a narrow and a wide section. I'm just using it on a more narrow section to create more highlight at the top. And as I flip it under, I'm showing you that I'm blurring out what's saturated underneath the hair. Sometimes when you use the paddle and you lay the end of the hair on the paddle, you can create a line underneath the hair. So make sure you lift the hair up and look underneath and see if there's anything that looks harsh. If the underneath part of the hair has a line, be sure to blur that out and feather it with your brush and you'll be good as golden. Another thing I wanted to point out is that I do leave her natural hair in between all the V sections. This just gives a little more dimension and a softer blend. Another tip when you balayage is to start in the middle of your section and slowly feather your way up to the roots. If you start at the root area, a lot of times you have too much product on your brush, and if you start at the top, it can make your highlight too thick and too harsh. So start in the middle and work that product up to the roots slowly, always painting in a feathered-like manner and sweeping downwards, never upwards. Now we're in the top section of the hair. This is where everybody tends to freak out because this is what everybody can see, right? So just play it cool and take thinner sections. Remember, the thin sections that you take, the more accurate you can paint your highlight. So why take a big section and worry about something looking harsh? Take thinner sections and focus on one highlight at a time. This is the safe way to do a balayage sombre. If you're a little more advanced, you can take wider sections, you can tease the hair, you can do feathering types of painting. But if you're new to the whole sombre and balayage world, work thinner sections as I'm showing you and make sure that you have a lot of tension on each hair strand, pulling the hair really tightly so that it's a very flat surface as you paint. And make sure you hold the brush in a 45-degree angle and only applying a little bit of product at a time. As you can see, I am taking a little bit of product from my board and slowly painting the edges of each section to create a really nice blended look. So you're going to continue with the same pattern all around the hair on the top of the head. And once you're done, you're going to top it with saran wrap. If you want to catch the face frame, check out my other video on balayage face frame tips and tricks. Wow, you guys, her hair looks amazeballs. Turn to the side. Look at this blonde. Wow. Look at this face frame and the ash. Ooh. It's on fire. This is the end result. Doesn't it look fabulous? You like it?
I love it.
It looks awesome, you guys. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.
Bye.